Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
You are listening to the biggest show in the world, kid. How damn excited are you every single weekend when we get on here and we print money? What is going on, guys? This is Rob the Mad Hatter from Sports Bettors TV and SportsBettorsTV.com. 100%. Dr. Dan, what is going on, Playboy?
You know, man, it's been a real light week. I've just really been getting juiced up for these MLBs. You know, hey, since the Sweet 16, we're 12-1 against the spread in college hoop as well.
Son, that's crazy. I've been watching your record, kid. 12-1 since the wow, man, that against the spread. Wow, unbelievable, Dan. Great work to really come out in this tournament and light it up, bro. Big ups to you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And there's been a bunch of cats, hitting it heavy, and just happy that my plays have worked out. I got some crazy stuff today, which we'll get into. But I gotta throw one thing out there. So everybody knows that I took the Nationals and the Mariners to go to the World Series. I don't know if anybody's aware of this, but they always poll all the MLB players in spring training who they think is their consensus pick. And lo and behold, the MLB players pick the Nationals and the Mariners.
Really?
So, yeah. So, I feel cool about that. We got dusty old Sports Illustrated picking the Cleveland Indians. I'm telling you, man, Sports Illustrated could make a pick out of paper bag. I mean, Jesus, they got some 90-year-old dude over there who's thinking that, the Cleveland Indians are, something that they're not. But, I just got to throw it out there. Everybody asked me about the Sports Illustrated pick. I'm
But they could have some nice swimsuits on there, though. They do a pretty good job at that.
I still advocate. Look, hey, you go out there, I still pop down whatever it is now, the $9.95, to get me my Sports Illustrated swimsuit. I'm good with that. But when it comes to making predictions, no.
Definitely not, man. Well, we got a big slate of games today, man. Very excited about it. We got the Final Four popping, brother.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Even my 2.5-year-old was like, Daddy, there's basketball on today again? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I know, dude. And I got a family party that I got to kind of, watch that out of the corner of my eye and go mingle and come back and go mingle and come back. And, you know what I mean? But, and listen to my bride be like, oh, you don't talk to me. It's a family day. Oh, dude.
My wife, the highest woman that she is, decided to go to Easter Vigil Mass, which is 3 hours long at 8 o'clock. So, I got the kids for a couple hours, put them to bed, and get my groove on for the rest of the night.
Oh, good for you, man. Well, hey, you know what? I gotta really look at live lines and hedge and stuff like that because I do have Kentucky in the future to win the whole thing, to go undefeated, and I plugged in Michigan State plus 1,100. So, I'm going to take a look at that and see if I can catch a lead with Michigan State for a little while. Then I'll be in pretty good shape. I got Duke in my brackets playing Kentucky, but my brackets only pay a little bit of money, and my gambling pays a lot of money. So either way, it'll work out. I think.
I did one of those crazy bracket tournaments, and one of my brackets is still perfect. So I got 25 on that. So we'll see. Hopefully, 25 large comes to the doctor, but I got some crazy stuff needs to happen.
Perfect, not all games. What do you mean, the last few?
Sweet 16.
The Sweet 16. Okay,
Sweet
cool.
16
I was going to say, man, that's worth $1 billion if you had a perfect bracket, son.
Hell no. No billion. No, when the Sweet 16 started, there was some online books were doing some contests. It was if you know what I'm talking about, it was the $5 Sweet 16 bracket. Winner gets $25 grand. I know even if I get it perfect, I'll probably have to share it with 8 or 9 cats. But hey, I'm perfectly good with that.
Yes, absolutely, dude. You know what I mean? So we'll go from there. And hey, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you cash that, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Because even if you get a G note, you're good.
Oh, dude. Hey, look, I got 3. I also got 3 out of these 4 teams as futures, and that was a purposeful thing. The only team I didn't take, and everybody ripped me for it, was Kentucky. But by the time I saw it, it was minus 130 or minus 140. So what I did was I knew I was golden. I had State, I have Duke, and Wisconsin, and I'll just wait and see what happens with the final and hedge it from there.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. All right, dude.
More futures, baby.
That's it, man. You know what? We're not stop with the futures, Playboy, all day long, kid. So let's take a look at Twitter today. I got my man Guy Shea on there that retweets our show all the time, dude, and we really appreciate you, brother. Let's see who else we got on here. We've got, let's see, scrolling over to it, I got Jesse James, I got AZ Wildcat 83, I got James Harrelson, hashtag SBTV, I got Hockey Immortal, I got 55 to win 50 with the hashtag in his name, I got JC, I got Tip Talker, I got Team 23, I got CK Noyan, I got Bluntmaster, I got Alex Washington with the hashtag, I got my man Crush the Bookie in there. What is going on, my brother? I can't wait to talk to you later on after the show. I got Total Sports Edge, I got The Cheese, I got Yodo, I got Boston Boy with the hashtag, Sir Mata with the hashtag, Sports Attack with the hashtag, Buddy the Dog, I got Vegas Girl with the hashtag, I got Terry Kohler. Dan, in case you haven't known, we're taking over the world. I just want you to let, just letting you know. Hashtag SBTVNation, Playboy. Loving it every single day, 7 days a week.
Dude, when people win money, they get happy, and all we do is win.
That's it, brother. That's it, man. That's it. So I got about a flock. Let's just see who else, guys. I'm sorry, man. My Twitter.
Thank you for that picture, by the way.
Oh, I gotta take a look. What are you saying? Something nice?
Oh, he said something real nice.
Oh man, I got Terry Bassard. I got Elvin XL hashtag SBTVNation. Jay Smith, Jay Cast, Sin City Maverick with the hashtag, Nicholas J with the hashtag, Emzer with the hashtag, Bada Flocka with the hashtag. Damn, kid. Damn. Oh man, that gets me so amped, dude. I've only had a sip of coffee, dude. I haven't even had my coffee yet, bro. And this is how I feel about this. So,
dude, I've had like a bowl of coffee. I was down in Long Island, with the fam last night, and man, didn't get home till late. And then when I got home, I was just like, I drink a little bit.
Oh, man. Big ups to my man Crush the Bookie, too, for sending out our show, man. So we'll probably be getting a lot more retweets because that is his specialty, man. All the fake fam tearing it up. Kid. We got a couple big shows coming up, Dan.
I just got to bring one thing up real quick, kid. I got a lot of people hitting me up about different types of fantasy MLB stuff. Yo, I'm definitely down with you. I'm trying to respond to everybody. I'm getting a lot of action, and I know when the daily leagues start, you guys are going to be asking me day in, day out. So I just want to give this advice. Hit me up if you feel the need, you really got a question. But look at your local newspapers for the teams you're looking at playing. If you're questioning a guy, whether he's going to start or not, the beat reporters are where it's at, especially in baseball. So take a look, do your homework. Still got questions you can ask me. I will try and respond to everybody, but I know it's getting crazy because it's already been getting crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of fantasy sports, dude, on April 9th, this Thursday coming up, Dan, huge guest coming on. Sportslock.com is coming on. They actually have an app to do all that fantasy stuff. You actually took a look at the app, dude.
Yeah,
when we were in Vegas.
When we were in Vegas, I took a look at the app and I talked to these guys. And, just to throw my background out there, what I do outside the show is, I'm actually a head of marketing for a software startup. So, I know sports, I know gambling, and I know software. And what I saw from these guys is they've dumped a lot of money into this app, and I think it's going to perform really well. You guys want to do certain types of almost daily leagues, but amongst your friends. These guys are going to be where it's at. So, I say go to sportslock.com, check it out, check out the app. The download of the app is free. You can take a look at it. It is going to be a very good product. It is a good product, and I think it's just about the word spinning out about it.
Oh, absolutely, man. I can't wait to get them on Thursday. Just to touch on a whole new realm. You know what I'm saying? So looking forward to it, man.
There's a lot of money out there, guys. And the thing that I think about fantasy is what it does is it actually helps your gambling. Look, I understand a lot of people think that they can't afford to do both. I'm not saying go out there and start off in these $100, or $1,000 leagues. Play something for $10 because what you're going to see is you're going to know these players, you're going to know the injuries, you're going to know things, and then you're going to be able to cap a game for yourself much better.
I concur all day. Kid, I sound so much better, man. I think I got this cold out of me. I'm just kind of spitting up all the last madness of it and feeling pretty damn good today, kid. That's all I got to say about that.
What, did you see the witch doctor? thought you were on the verge of death.
You know what, man? Just rewinding last night to my plays, kid. So here's the deal, man. I sound like you with the here's the deal talk, but I ended up getting the Dream and I got the Coyotes under in the NHLs. That worked out with the Sharks.
Right.
We actually had 2 goals like right out the gate, and it wasn't looking good. But we ended up hitting it. It was a 3-1 final, and I parlayed that with Portland, and Portland went bananas. And then on, dude, and this is crazy too. I actually, I do a documentation site on Caprotech. I like to just kind of, just so people have just another avenue to look at my plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm plus 45 units in the last 14 days on there. But what I did was, instead of manually putting in the play and buying the Wizards down to 14, I left it at 14.5 because I rushed the play, and I lost.
Okay.
I lost by the half instead of getting the push on Caprotech. Yeah. That sucks, man. So I should be up. I should be up over 55 units. Because I'm getting a push. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. It says 45, and obviously I got to stick to that. So.
Baby.
Not bad, and that don't even include my live line magic, my future magic, the whole package there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll keep going from there, guys. Hey, it was funny last night, man. The Dream was going ham last night, dude. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's funny stuff on the Dream's timeline, man. You got to.
I gotta take a look at that.
Oh man, he was just going buck wild. But speaking of the Dream, kid, he is on some stuff that you are not on, I think, in the college basketball. So we got to jump into that. But a couple more things, Dan, while it's on my brain. Number one, so we talked about sports nightclub and partied with us out in Las Vegas, with all the flying midgets all across the ceiling, and all the impersonators, and you had Elmo from Sesame Street jumping up and down and shaking hands. I had stuffed animal, big people dressed in alien costumes. It was just nuts, dude. But anyway, the Moneyline guys coming on Tuesday, and then Dan, you saw the flyer, right? You saw the flyer for 2 weeks?
I saw that.
The Hatter Birthday Bash is on April 17th, player. And I don't even know where we're going to start with that. But all I know is that show's going to be like I don't even want it's going to be a mess, kid. I love it. I can't wait to get on.
That's the appropriate word.
Oh, dude, I'm looking forward to it. You know what? I may pop my first drink before I go on the air, dude.
Huh?
I think I may do that.
I'll go and get you a driver for the day.
I think I'm going to have a Bailey's and coffee to start the day out with my show. That's all I got to say about that, kid. All right, Dan.
Might as well throw some whiskey in there, too, just for good measure.
Yes, real quick. So do you want to I don't want to forget to ask you this. Do you have any – I know we're not going to be on the show tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
And we got – Monday you're not on. So I just want to know, do you have anything that you're looking at for opening day of baseball before we get into the Final Four?
I do. And there's a couple plays that a couple guys are on, but right now you can get the Blue Jays up to plus 140.
Yeah.
They're playing the Yankees. Look, I understand it's Tanaka, but it's Tanaka versus Hutchison. I think, at that value, that's my lean right now. I still got to look at it a little more, but I'm really leaning Toronto plus 140 on the money line. I know it's the Yankees home opener, but I'm just not really sold on the Yankees, and I think Tanaka has a crazy amount of pressure on him. And there's something to me about his delivery where I'm not sure his arm is truly as stable as everybody's making it out to be. There's a couple of – I really like the Mets. You can get them up to plus 175. That's a crazy line. The Nationals have a ton of injuries right now. Rendon is getting another opinion. He's their starting third baseman. That knee is shot. He's probably going to need to rest, relax, for maybe 3 weeks, 6 weeks, who knows. Worth is going to start on the disabled list as well for the Nationals. So I understand that Scherzer on the mound against Cologne. But I think Cologne, both these guys, it's going to be cold out. Both these guys are fine with that. But I think the Mets offense is going to give you a little more.
Yeah, okay. All right, man. So we'll see it. How are the bullpens for these teams?
Well, I think after the trades that the Mets made, their bullpen will be the best in baseball.
Really?
Underrated. The Mets bullpen, and I wouldn't just say this. Look, anybody who knows me knows, like any Mets fan, I can rip them with the best of them. What they did, adding a left-handed specialist in Blevins in that trade was great. And then you get Torres coming over. Amelia, who last year came out and just dominated Cats. I mean, if you look at his numbers, they were out of this world. And then you got Mejia, who had 31 saves last year, first year as a closer. You got Parnell coming back. I mean, this bullpen, and that, they got guys in the farm that come up. They're talking about adding Montero to this bullpen. That'd be outrageous, dude. I mean, ridiculous. Wow. They have Mats down there they could add. They have Syndergaard they could add if they need to. The staff is amazing. Even Cologne, you're talking about a guy that, even at 41 years old, can go 6-7 innings. Can throw 120 pitches if you need him to, even on opening day. And then you got a bullpen that will have very little scored against them in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
Okay. All right. Very great breakdown, dude. That's why I lean on you for the MLBs, kid.
Plus 175 and the Mets, that if you can get it there, that's a crazy number.
All right. And is there? I wonder if there's definitely live betting in baseball.
Yeah.
So we got to take a look at that and see where it goes. But big ups to go ahead.
I hear you. I'm not a live line bettor in baseball. I just when I don't want to say cap a game. I'm not a capper. I'm just a gambler. But baseball, I really do do a lot of work on it. And the thing is a lot of teams, you got to look at also, there's teams that explode in certain innings or have big innings and not necessarily sustained, like inning after inning, run after run. That's why live lines in baseball, I've been bid on those a bunch. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's a crazy game, guys. It's crazy game.
It's good for hedge opportunities.
Yeah, if you want to hedge out of something. But at the same time, I mean, how many times have I made a play, a money line play, and my team's down 6-1 in the 5th, and it's looking like garbage. And then all of a sudden, they put together one big inning, and you already hedged out of it, and now you're losing 2-8.
Yeah, I mean, that goes to show. That's in any sport, though, brother.
Oh,
you know
of course.
What I mean?
I just think baseball's a little crazier than most when it comes to that. I don't know.
Got you. All right, man. Hey, you're the expert on it, brother, so that's what I'm looking at. Let's see. Right on, Rainmaker's on there today. I got Prestige Worldwide is on the line today on Twitter, guys. Wow, man. Even on the weekends, we get all the love, kid. We get all the love.
And by the way, I want to just revise one thing that I did. So I called in that first game, in the first baseball show we did, that Twins over. Irvin Santana just got suspended 80 games. For PED usage. So their over was 73.5. Remember, I had said I had them pegged at 76, 77 wins.
Yep.
With Santana out, guys, if you haven't put that play in, or even if you had, I would get out of it. Because Santana was going to be like their pitcher. He was going to be their dude. And 80 games, that's probably 5 or 6 wins at least.
Oh, okay. All right. So now you're plugging under.
I gotta go with the under. I mean, that's 5 or 6, like I'm saying, 5 or 6 wins, and then when a guy comes back from suspension, you don't even know. Like, is he gonna have to go down to the minors? I don't know right now for a PED suspension. I don't think they're allowed to still play in the minor leagues, warm up to get back from their suspension. So you're talking maybe even closer to 100 games to get a pitcher ready. That's,
wow.
You only got 62 games left, so you might be talking 7-8 wins. I'm now on the under on the Twins, and not to mention what that does to the psyche of the team.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Big ups to Prestige Worldwide, like I said before. My man Mario Martinez, who is my Costa Rica connection. I got underdogs. I got Smokey. I got Sports Money with the hashtag SBTVNation. And Jason Riley, just to name a few. Dan, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the NCAA basketball, kid. All right. So, first game on the ticket is, let's see, What is the first? Dude, my times are always messed up on here. What is the first game, Dan? What do you have? This drives me crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. I thought that the first game was the Michigan State Duke game, but I'm going to confirm because my times are all messed up as well.
Yeah. Let's take a look here and see what we got. What the first game is.
Yeah, it is. It's Michigan State. At Duke, obviously neutral court, Indianapolis. Duke will be the home team. That tips off at 6:09 p.m. on TBS.
All right, taking a look at this. So the line is anywhere from 5.5 to 6, with the Dukies being favored. So it looks like there's a few dollars coming in on Duke, making that line jump up a little bit with an under over 138 to 138.5. All I know is this, okay, and this is, after watching these two teams, we've noticed that Sparty likes to start slow. They like to even fall down a little bit sometimes. You saw it. It was apparent versus Maryland. It was apparent versus, in their last game there with Louisville. They love to come out strong in the second half. However, their free throw shooting is anemic. They're well coached.
It's been a little better in the tournament.
Yeah, they're well coached. But I'm looking at this. I think Duke is the better team personally. I really do. Okay, and that's that. And that goes to show you why the line is where it is. However, I have Duke in my brackets, but I got Sparty in a future. But my future pays a lot more than my brackets, so I'm going to be rooting for Sparty here. But I am going to be watching the live line like a maniac, and if I get in trouble with it whatsoever, I will just pull my money out of that future and wait on the Kentucky money. But, Dan, what's your thoughts on this game?
Here's the crazy thing is I kind of agree with you. I think that Duke is the better team, but I think Michigan State gets the win today. I think Travis Trice... I think Michigan State has the better guards. I know some people will rip me for that, but Duke's got good guards. But the tournament is all about, State's got two of them. I don't know, and they're just so well coached. I know. Obviously, Duke is amazingly coached as well.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of a toss-up. And I think if I'm right, I think Coach K has beaten him he's 8-1 against Izzo.
Oh, okay.
So
I did not know that.
I got to look that up, but I believe Coach K dominates Izzo. But I also don't know how much faith I have in that because, Duke, it's Duke. They've had some amazing teams. I just think that Michigan State finds a way to get it done. My bigger play of the day is I'm going to throw this in a tease with the other game, a 5-point tease. Get it up to 10 or 10.5. But I'm also going to take Michigan State spread and money line.
Oh, wow. You're really jumping off the ledge there, huh?
I've watched what Michigan State can do. And, I've liked Duke all year. But Duke also, I've seen some flaws in their game, I feel like, that can be exploited in a coach like Izzo will. Michigan State, they did not play this well all year. And... the flaws that they had earlier in the season, they kind of shored those up, I feel like. And maybe it's just Izzo doing a great masking tape job that Duke will unravel. But, I also look at the teams that, have been played in this tournament. And, me, I was never a big Gonzaga fan, right? I didn't really believe in them. And Duke smashed them, which I definitely, I had that. They beat Utah barely. You're talking about a 6-point win. They crushed San Diego State. Okay, great. RMU, they crushed them. Big deal. The game before that, when they lost to Notre Dame by 10, there's something about that game that I'm looking at where I'm like, Michigan State can do the same thing.
Okay.
And then you look at who Michigan State has played, and I know a lot of people aren't big believers in Louisville, but I think Louisville obviously got a lot better. And Pitino is a coach. He's top 5. Top 3 at least. They've beaten Oklahoma, which was crazy. They've beaten Virginia. I know the last game they lost was Wisconsin in overtime, where Wisconsin went on that crazy 11-0 run. I just think State gets it done today, dude. I think they played a tougher competition in this tournament, and Duke has looked a little weak at times.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm looking at this game. I mean, I am not going to bet it. I'm just going to wait for the live action to do my hedging with my future. But if you had to put a gun to my head, I would have done the Duke money line like the Dream has, personally. But you're taking the points. You're doing the money line. So you're the opposite way, Dan.
Completely.
All right. Hey, you know what? We'll see what happens, bro.
We will.
Good luck.
We will.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you win because you know what? That means I'll be in the money with that. All right, so taking a look at this, Duke is superior in most categories, by the way. Points for, points differential, offensive rebounds, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, which they're way better, and steals. Michigan State is better defensively a little bit, letting up 63.2 points a game. Defensive rebounds, they got a slight edge, and three-pointers, they have a really, really slight edge. It's almost even. Strength of schedule, what you think? Pretty similar?
I mean, you know, obviously the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, you got North
really
Carolina. Yeah.
This year. You know, so I think Duke had a better strength of schedule throughout the year.
And Duke is better, superior in most categories. So I mean, not only do they have the strength of schedule edge, but they're better in a lot of categories too, brother.
I completely agree with you. My thing is that Michigan State just doesn't look like the team they were back in, January. They had that loss, I think, the first week of February to Illinois, and then they went on a tear. They won like 4 in a row. Then they ended up losing to Minnesota in overtime, and that was kind of like what's going on. Then they lost to Wisconsin. I mean, Michigan State has still played some tough teams. They played Wisconsin twice. They played Maryland twice. Kansas. They have some. Ohio State. I don't know, man. They played some really good teams this year. I think, obviously, the ACC is slightly better. Yeah. But I think as of late, Michigan State has played the tougher teams, which has conditioned them for a team like Duke, which, hey, man, if you ask me, I mean, I thought they were going to lose that game to Utah.
The Utes, kid.
So
I don't know about that. But, hey, big ups to my man Ben Diaz out there. I got De Niro's out there. I've got MMA Rainmaker. What is going on? I got Jay Goots is out there as well, kid. Rocking and rolling and ready to cash today. Guys, I'm sorry that we're kind of on a split decision here, man. I mean, Dan is feeling Sparty, and I'm feeling Duke, and the Dream is feeling Duke. So you've been on a tear. We've all been on a tear. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to make of it, brother.
Yeah,
but
here's the thing. I know you guys are saying Duke and Michigan State played in the regular season. That is true. But that was November 18th.
All right. And what was the result there?
10, 81-70.
All right. So we'll see. I mean, Michigan State did get beat by the Illini. The Illini came in and beat them in their building. So I mean, they are a better team now. I've been watching Sparty every game. So, and I just think Okafor has a pretty good day, man.
I hear you. I just think State gets it done. Like I'm saying, man, they won 9 out of 10. The only game they've lost was March 15th, that overtime game against Wisconsin. They've beaten some pretty impressive teams. I mean, nobody thought they were going to beat Virginia. They beat Virginia. And I'm not saying Virginia, look, their offense, we all know they were garbage. But that defense was the best in the country, and they managed to put up a 60 spot on them.
Yes.
They got by Oklahoma. Oklahoma was, I think, an underrated team all year. And they beat Louisville, even though it took overtime. I mean, what was crazy about that game is they were still kind of in control. So, let's see what happens.
Ticket is we've got Kentucky -5 to 6 playing the Wisconsin Badgers, and we got my man Decker and Kaminsky going wild over there. You got Killer Cal and all the beasts for Kentucky. Here's the problem I see with this, Dan. All right, now we talked. Dream and I beat this game to death all week, and Wisconsin plays pretty good defense. But I just don't think they're aggressive enough. I've seen Kaminsky try to block shots by just standing there and putting his arms up, not jumping, not exerting any effort, scared of fouling and all that. I think Kentucky is going to beat them to death in the paint. I really do. I mean, if Wisconsin can get hot with Decker and some of the other guys shooting threes from beyond the arc, they'll be all right. But it's going to be tough, man. What's your take on this?
I mean, I'm all over Wisconsin.
Doggy days are barking for the evil genius. Damn.
I love my doggies. And you know, hey, here's why I like Wisconsin is, you know, obviously, like everybody, really tuned in. Thought Notre Dame was going to take down Kentucky last week. You know, everybody's saying that, you know, Kentucky just had a bad week. They just had a bad game. These things happen, and you know, Notre Dame played almost perfectly, and they still didn't win. What I saw there was a team in Notre Dame that was 20 inches on average shorter than Kentucky, out-rebounding, out-hustling, out-working those guys. And now you got a team like Wisconsin that's got a bunch of big dudes coming in. You know, and these are big guys that not only can move, but I hear what you're saying about the paint play. They don't have a lot of blocks. They do disrupt a lot of shots. You know, there's not a lot of guys also in this country at the college level that can get into a guy like Cauley Stein's face or get into a guy like Cousins' face and actually disrupt him. I mean, you know, Cousins, I mean, what he did last week was amazing. The guy's going to be a great pro. I mean, he was just scoring at will. You know, he's just posting up, scoring at will. But if you throw, you know, a 7-footer on him, which Wisconsin can do, multiple different dudes, I think you can disrupt them enough. And, you know, you're going to have to play a perfect game as Wisconsin. But Decker's been on fire. I think, you know, the inside-out game will work really well. It's going to be a pro-type game.
Yeah.
Both teams move the ball very well. I just, you know, man, I'm just all over Wisconsin here. I also think, like, when you look at the teams that, you know, Wisconsin has played a much tougher schedule than Kentucky.
Oh, that I'll agree with. That I'll definitely agree with. I mean, the SEC is crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? The toughest teams they have is Arkansas.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, look, I get it.
And yeah, they beat Arkansas by 15. Okay, great. You know, they beat Hampton. You know, their tournament run has been nothing impressive. I'm sorry. Like, they're an impressive team. They're a great team. I'm not trying to throw shade on Kentucky. But this is why I don't think they win. I mean, you're talking about when you look at the schedule in the tournament, you know, Hampton, Cincinnati, West Virginia, who they smoked, but that's because West Virginia got smart and, you know, was talking trash. And then Notre Dame, they barely came out of that. And then you look back at the regular season stuff, you know, this is a team that almost got beat by LSU. And I don't know if these guys are in the ACC, if they're undefeated right now.
You know what? That's a really good question, and I don't know if they would be undefeated if they were in the ACC, but I'm taking a look at their body of work. I mean, they beat Kansas. Texas was crap, but, you know, and they beat North Carolina. They beat
everybody.
Yeah.
But, you know, but day in, day out, they did not have to go to work. Because here's the thing, you know, you play a team, like you play UNC, right? You beat them by 14. The next game, they got UCLA at home, and it's like UCLA was garbage this year. You know, they go to Louisville, they beat them, but then they go home to Mississippi, to Ole Miss, and they had to take that game into overtime. So, you know, there's something about this team, and I understand everybody's like, oh, well, they looked like garbage last week, and they're going to come out and stomp them, but, you know, this isn't South Carolina or Tennessee. You know, this is Wisconsin, and, you know, they're also very, very, very well coached, and I think there were some things in that Notre Dame game that can be replicated.
Yep. I know. So you don't think the Grand Canyon win was impressive, Dan?
Oh no, man! I was really shocked.
They did beat them by 40.
Point Hampton win.
But it's Kentucky, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking a look at it. Yeah, I'm taking.
So
you're saying strength of schedule is in Wisconsin. It's in their favor.
And height.
Well,
and their guys have been on fire.
I got it.
On fire.
So you're saying that their Wisconsin's height is superior to Kentucky? That's wrong.
No, not superior, but no.
Oh, compared to their body of work.
Disrupt.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah, they got dudes that can get in there.
Totally misunderstood the answer to the question there. Okay, so all right, so I get it. So you're on Wisconsin, man. Wow.
Yep.
Very
Dog
interesting.
City, baby.
So are you going money line? You going points? What are you doing with that?
Yeah, I'm doing everything here. I'm So I'm rolling. I mean, and guys, look, this is me gambling. I'm 12-1 so far in the Sweet 16. So I'm doing some crazy stuff. I'm up. Hey, I don't want to give it all back, but do what you want. Do your own homework. But so my biggest play of the day is going to be a Wisconsin, Michigan State. I'm actually going to do a 4-point teaser at -110. So that's going to be a 4-unit play.
Okay.
So you got Michigan State 9.5, Wisconsin +9, and that's going to be 4. And then I'm going to throw a unit on the money line and 2 units on the spread. And I'm also, obviously, like I always do, because it's my lottery ticket, I'm going to parlay the money line.
Very interesting. Well, that must pay crazy because they're both like +220, +230.
Yeah,
so I mean, that probably pays what, 5-1, something like that.
Yeah, if you pop on that right now, every no, it's better than that. It's 8.6 to 1. So every $100 into 860.
Wow, 8-1, kid, not bad.
Yeah.
That might be something to pop into a do live line hedging out of it if you get in trouble. You know what I mean? But the problem is that if the favorite starts going buck wild, you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Of course, but hey, this is a play I do I'm having fun with it. I think both these games are going to be incredibly close, which is why I really like the spreads. I think it's going to come down to the end. Don't get me wrong. I don't think these are going to be annihilations by any stretch.
That's a first.
Dude,
that's a first for you.
Hey, I only call the annihilations in football for the most part.
Yes, sir.
I suck at football anyway. But no, I mean, I think these games are going to be stomach aches down the wire. I think each dog covers their 5 or 5.5 points. And that's why I got to take the money line, because you roll that money line parlay. Hey, this is my philosophy: 100 to win 860, and I can get out of it if I have to, or if I think it's real close to the spread. I mean, I'm throwing 2 units on spreads, so that'll more than cover what I'm throwing down on that.
Yeah, good point.
On that parlay.
All right, man. Hey, I wish you the best of luck with that, and
you too, brother.
I hope you win your point spreads, not your money lines. Because I need Kentucky to win, baby. All right, so we got Snoopy Bets out there. I got Spot Bet. I got Halftime Wagers. I got Pine Tar Immortal. I got Sean Harnish. I got The Dream is up and going this morning. I got Jake Goots, JT McMahon, Root with the hashtag SBTVNation, Jason Bryce, the Andy Mack, Direct Sports Solutions. I love you to death, brother. Thank you for helping us out the way you're doing right now with the hashtag. And I got BU with the hashtag SBTVNation.
So, and I got to throw it out there to Kano as well. We were chatting a little bit last night. Definitely appreciate what you're doing, man. It's awesome. Thanks again, brother.
Oh, definitely. All right, so that breaks down the NCAAs, dude. So I got a very, very big game tomorrow, dude, that I'm like so amped about. My boy is playing the nasty Chicago Bulls. And I went into the Lions Den the other night with my boy playing Miami, and came out with a smile on my face, dude, and a bunch of Lions just laying on the ground because my boy went bananas and they crushed them, dude. So, but I am looking for that. I think they're going to really try to make a statement versus this nasty Bulls team. But that's tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about today. Let's see what we got. Total Sports Edge. What is going on, Playboy? All right.
Yes, sir.
NBAs. Now, we got a bunch of them. And, dude, a bunch of my leans yesterday, man. Almost every single lean hit except for the Boston Celtics, man, surprisingly. I mean, I didn't play that game, but, I like being stellar on the leans, and they were all money. Even the Brooklyn Nets won, dude, which was crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Taking a look at this, we got the Philadelphia 76ers coming into Charlotte. Charlotte -7, under over 189 to 189.5. I can tell you right now, guys, I love Charlotte in this match. I love them. The Hornets, I already won once with them this year. This year and this week. It was this week. So I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets just because I know for a fact that they're working really hard to get into the playoffs. So, any opinions on any of this stuff, Dan? Please feel free to chime in here.
I mean, the only thing, I've started to look at the NBA just a little bit. Like, I keep tabs on it going into the playoffs, see if there's anything I like. There's really nothing that is really speaking out to me. I mean, and call me crazy. This Brooklyn +9 at Atlanta. I mean, Brooklyn is what? I think they're in 7th place, tied for 7th place, like a game and a half up. They really need this game. I mean, I don't know that they'll win it, but I think it'll be pretty close.
Oh, I agree with you, man. I mean, you got to remember, Atlanta is the #1 seed. They have clinched. They clinched everything, dude. So the only thing they got is maybe like to catch. I mean, I don't even think they're going to catch Golden State as far as having the best record overall, because Golden State is 62 wins. They only have 56. It's going to be pretty tough to catch them. I mean, they'd be pretty stupid to get some guys injured. Exerting max effort here. But Brooklyn is on, dude. I think Brooklyn's on a 6-game winning streak, bro. They're really they're really playing well. And they just beat a really good Toronto team last night at home. You got my man Brook Lopez down low looking crazy. Like the big Amazon dude.
I mean, and I know this is crazy, but it is the NBA. You got Atlanta at home, which I think on a holiday weekend where all these guys are looking forward to their big Easter dinners, with their 90-person families that, inviting the whole neighborhood over and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, these cats are rolling large. They got their family around, and it's Saturday. They don't got to play again until Tuesday. Yeah. And you already got the 1 seed clinched, and you got a team fighting you. Yeah. I'm not saying they're going to give in and die. I'm just saying that, you might not get max effort out of those boys. Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, I love this track. Oh, my God. All right. So taking a look at that, I mean, guys, I don't even know what to tell you there. I mean, Brooklyn as a 9-point underdog at Atlanta. Atlanta has nothing to play for. Brooklyn has everything to play for, and Brooklyn's playing pretty damn good. That line does not make any sense. I think that's more of a computer spitting out a line based on statistics. And I'm not going to play it, though. They've lost. I mean, Atlanta's lost 2 out of 3. Granted, those 2 have been on the road at Charlotte and at Detroit, which is, I mean, losing at Detroit, that's pretty bad. Yep. And then they beat the Bucks at home, and between that by 13. I just think, I might actually ride this game today. I very rarely take NBA, but this is speaking to me. Dude, I may run a money line on Brooklyn, bro. That's not a bad idea. I mean, let me see what you're getting on that. You get plus 400. Plus 400. Why not? I mean, it's just something to watch. I think it'll be a competitive game, man. Maybe run a money line on Brooklyn and Boston, because I don't think Boston. I mean, they can't lose today, can they? They had a tough loss last night. Now they're getting. I mean, it's not that far of a flight to Toronto, but they had a game last night. They're getting into plane. They're going to Toronto. Toronto was just in Brooklyn, so they're traveling pretty much equally as far. Yeah. But Toronto's coming home. Toronto's -3 to 3.5, coming off the loss to Brooklyn as well. Both teams coming off a loss. Over 208 to 208.5. Toronto's pretty tough at home. Boston is pesky, though. This is something, guys, I would recommend that you stay away from and you don't get anywhere near. I'll be honest with you. The Celtics are definitely trying to get, to make some noise here. They're on the outside looking in right now. They're a half game behind Miami for the 8th seed in the NBAs, dude. So Toronto's the 4th seed. Pretty much, I mean, they're only 1 game behind the Bulls for the 3 seed. So they don't really have a whole hell of... Boston has way much more to play for than them. So, I don't know. But you know what? Toronto's got, the home crowd going nuts. It's a tough place to play. I don't think they're going to be resting anybody. So, I say, you know what? Gun to my head, I'd say, I don't know. Fair enough. I'll probably lay off that because I see actually another NBA game that I kind of like. All right. Scrolling to the next one here, we got, let's see, the Miami Heat going into the Detroit Pistons. Dwayne Wade is... He got injured against my boy the other night, messed up his knee. I don't think it's anything serious, but I don't think he's going to be playing in this game. Miami's only given 1 to Detroit. Miami really needs a win here. They are the 8th seed right now, trying to keep that, with Boston and the Pacers breathing down their neck. I don't like Miami on the road. I say stay away from this game, too. I'm not touching that. Yes, I concur. All right. Next one I got on the ticket is we got the Washington Wizards coming back, going on the road and going into Memphis now. So they had their win last night at home playing the Knicks. I got to tell you, Washington is very sloppy.
I watched that game front to back last night. They were missing dunks, bad passes, horrible turnovers against the Knicks too. The Knicks actually made them look, I mean, the Knicks were hanging with them for a minute. The Knicks were down 20 in the first quarter, dude. It was 30-10. And then the Knicks scored 34 points in the second quarter, bro. So, you know what? I'm taking a look at this game, and I don't know. I mean, Memphis had a big win last night versus OKC. I think Memphis is feeling themselves. I think Memphis gets the job done, but that's a lot of points to give any team of the Wizards' caliber. So I'm going to probably, if I was to do anything, it would be a money line with that. What's your take on the Grizzlies?
I haven't watched either of these teams, so I'm seeing what I'm seeing on SportsCenter, and ain't much. I'm staying away from it completely.
Got my man Smokey Rodriguez said he's feeling like he's 16 again with the track in the background.
For sure.
Cameron Rocket, dude. I love this track, dude. Back in the old school, man. That's the fun days when we used to have a good time. Not that we don't right now, because I'm having more fun than I've ever had being on the biggest show in the world. So that's all I got to say about that. We got the Golden State Warriors coming into Dallas.
Yeah.
Golden State is minus 5 to 5.5 with an under over 211.5 to 212. Dude, Golden State has absolutely nothing to play for.
Dude, so dope. I mean, look, I'm gonna wait and see. Like, are they, what's going on with the rest situation, anything like that. But Golden State, I feel like. They got 62 wins. I think they want to get that 70. Can they? Yeah, they can get that 70 mark. If they go what? They got to go. What do they got? 84 games. No, can they get to 70 if they win out? No, I think they come up one short, right?
Okay. Yeah, you know what, man? Go ahead.
Those guys want to go for it though. And they just don't seem like a team that takes their foot off the gas. I mean, you're talking about a Mavericks team also that has been pretty pathetic. I mean, they lost at home by 7 to the Rockets. Okay, whatever. I mean, they beat the Thunder in a game that was the craziest offensive game. I mean, 266 points scored. They won by 4, 135-131. They got, they lost to the Pacers. They lost by 20 at the Spurs. They lost at the Suns. Home against the Grizzlies. I mean, I think even the Warriors' second team would beat them by 5.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, if I was their coach,
anybody, they're winning by.
If I was Mr. Kerr, I would say, you know what, bro? I would let my guys get some shooting going on in the first half, maybe. Just kind of see how the game is falling. I wouldn't. It's tough. It's a tough call, you know what I mean? Because you want to be crisp at the playoffs, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but they did rest guys on Friday, right? Didn't they rest guys?
No, they haven't rested anybody, bro. And you could tell that. I actually do. The other night, I took the Phoenix Suns versus Golden State. I took them plus 15.5 on a live line, bro. And because I saw that Golden State was kind of just toying around a little bit. They just weren't. They were just kind of throwing up dumb shots and just like they kind of had that whatever attitude. So that's kind of what I'm concerned about getting here. And you got Dallas coming in like Dallas seeing blood, man, blood in the water. I gotta disagree with you here, Dan. I think Dallas wins this game, bro.
Really?
I think Dallas wins the game. I think I'm going to take Dallas on a money line.
All right, I will stay away from it.
I think I'm going to do like a junkie plus money doggy parlay here. And I think I'm going to do it and just kind of see how it lands. I'm going out with the dream later on tonight, so I got to be, taking a look at these games and being on my phone and stuff like that to hedge out of this stuff. But, dude, I just think that Dallas wins this game tonight. And I have a funny feeling. So I got Dallas and I got Brooklyn as far as money lines are concerned.
All right.
Guys, listen, don't tail me on that stuff, man. That's just me kind of just having a little fun here. But I'm just going with some leans, you know what I mean? So let's see, taking a look at here. Usually when you do those, they don't really win. So, but I'm feeling a little froggy here. You got the Orlando Magic coming into the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Milwaukee Bucks are giving 8 under over 193.5 to 194. I don't think the Bucks got any business giving 8 to anybody. However, they did beat the Boston Celtics last night in their house. Milwaukee, maybe they're starting to feel themselves a little bit. So, personally, I wouldn't get involved with a money line. I wouldn't get involved with the points. I wouldn't get involved with anything that has to do with this nasty game. And, Dan, I'm sure you agree with me on that.
Yeah.
All right, next one we got on the tickets. We got the Clips going into Denver. Denver stinks. Clips are minus 9.5 with an under-over 215.5 to 216. The Clippers kind of Jekyll and Hyde-ish. You know what I mean? Came back and won the other night against Portland. But taking a look at this, they are a half game behind Portland. They are in the 5th seed. They would pretty much rotate. I mean, those two teams would play each other if the playoffs started tomorrow, them and Portland. Don't think that they're going to catch they're 2 games behind the 2nd seed Houston Rockets, so they still got a lot to play for.
Possible.
Yeah, still got a lot to play for here. We really got to kind of gauge the efforts that we're going to get out of these players. But taking a look at this, I think they'll come out here and win. I don't see them losing this game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't see them losing. The points, I don't know how I feel about the points.
Money line parlay, brother.
Yeah, that's the way to go because, look, Denver is coming off getting absolutely smoked by San Antonio at San Antonio. They've lost 3 in a row. They're coming home. Yeah, I definitely expect the Clippers to still beat them, but this game could be closer than a lot of people expect.
All right. So here's another – dude, here's one that got me a little puzzled here. I know the Pelicans are playing pretty well, but Portland is given anywhere from 4.5 to 6 points to them. That's a pretty big spread there. Taking a look at this, Portland is dope at home, though, dude.
Yeah.
They don't lose. They don't lose like ever. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a look at.
Unless it's the Warriors, they don't lose.
Yeah, right. Let's just see what we got here as far as that is concerned. Scrolling down, we got New Orleans and Portland. Portland superior in so many categories, man. Let me just take a look at what they're doing at home as well.
The Clips actually did beat them at home in their last home game.
Yeah, they did. Well, and Portland didn't play bad that game, dude.
No,
they just played bad defense. Yeah, just bad defense. Offensively, they were on point, dude. Portland is ranked total scoring defense, and I pointed this out the other day, which is surprising that they did this to the Clips, but ranked 5th in the league in home defense, points-wise. And then taking a look at it, home offense, they're scoring about 104 points. Where
their last 4 games straight, they put up over 105 in each game, and in 2 games they put up over 120.
I think they beat New Orleans.
Yeah,
I think they beat New Orleans at home. I really do. I think
down.
New Orleans is, they're on the outside looking in. They're a half game out of the 8th seed, looking at breathing down OK Sizzle's neck, kid. Damn.
Yeah.
So they're coming out to play, but you know what? I think Portland knows that they're coming to play, and I think Portland's not having it tonight. So going to the...
And if you look at the Pelicans against good teams, they don't play well against good teams. They beat up on the bad teams, which, that's fine and good. But, they get beat by some of the better teams in the league, which is why they're on the outside looking in.
All right. So let's just see what else we got. We got one more nasty game. I'm looking at the Utah Jazz at the Phoenix Suns. Gross game there, kid. The Phoenix Suns are minus 1.5. Utah plus 1.5 with an under over 188.5 to 189. Wow. Taking a look at this one here, I know that the Phoenix Suns are 4 games behind OKC with the 8th spot, where the Jazz have no shot. Jazz are gone.
Yeah,
Jazz don't have anything to play for. Phoenix does. I like what I saw out of Phoenix a little bit the other night when they played Golden State too. They almost won the game.
I know, and that it almost I liked it. I almost popped on a Suns future a while back because I thought that they were fairly legitimate to get a run even up into the 6th seed, and now that they're on a 5-game losing streak, and I know that they looked okay, obviously against the Warriors. I like them. I think they have to win this game against the Jazz. They got the next 4 in a row on the road. If they don't win this game, their season's effectively over.
Yeah.
The spread's is basically a pick 'em. You know what? I'm gonna roll the Phoenix Suns here.
All right. So let's jump into the ice, dude, because there is a lot of ice, kid. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at all this ice, damn.
Tons of ice.
Oh, the Dream picked a bad day not to be on the show, man. Damn, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games on a ticket.
Yo, if I start breaking this down, guys, it's just literally, to me, it's like throwing darts, so please. I got the games I like, I'm looking at them. I like, I can't take this juice. I like 2 games, and I'm looking at them now. It's like, oh, only minus 249 and minus 410? Wonderful.
I know.
I love the Rangers, at home against the Devils. I love the Islanders at home against the terrible Buffalo Sabres. But, I'm trying to see, maybe you can get a value if you parlay those. But even that, I don't even know, guys.
Unbelievable, dude. Let me just take a look here and see what we got going on. Now, remember, what Total Sports Edge told us, man, that, a lot of these big teams are going to start putting taking their feet off the gas.
Yeah, but the Rangers aren't taking it off against the Devils, not in this game. And, even if they do, I still think they beat them. And the Islanders, they haven't been playing great. So it's not, I don't think that they're taking anything off the gas. They're just trying to win games and bury biscuits. You can parlay those 2 at minus 140.
Yeah, taking a look at this, in these situations, what I'm alluding to is you get a team like Columbus that's winners of 8 straight games, dude, and they are eliminated from the playoffs. So this is the kind of stuff you got to be careful of. You know what I mean?
I hear you, but the Devils are not a good team. They're coming off, I think, they had that overtime win last night. Versus the Canadiens. So, I know they're coming in a little high off that. They had just previously lost 6 in a row before that. And, this is a Rangers team that still has things to be wrapped up. They're at home. Again, this is teams that love to kill each other. And the Rangers are the much better team. So I'm all about it. I think the Rangers get it done. And like I said, Buffalo is just such a terrible team. And the Islanders do have a fair amount to play for still, So I might look for another heavy favorite to pair this with, but I think the Islanders really need this win, and the Sabres are a bad team, and the Islanders get it.
Okay. All right. My man Total Sports Edge is giving out a free play. He's saying the Blue Jackets are going to lay the smackdown. The Columbus Blue Jackets are plus 120 playing Pittsburgh at home. So they're a home team doggy, kid.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So taking a look at this, scrolling down. So we got Philly coming into Carolina. We've got Pittsburgh going into Columbus. We got Vancouver going into Winnipeg. We've got New Jersey coming into the Rangers. Rangers minus 249 juice with an under over of 5. We got Buffalo coming into the Isles, dude. The Isles are minus 410.
Yep.
Wow. We got Toronto at Boston. Boston minus 280. We got Tampa Biscuit going into Florida. We've got, Washington at Ottawa. We've got Detroit at the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild minus 154. We got Dallas coming into the Nashville Predators. Dude, I think the Predators, the Dream was saying they need a win bad.
Yeah.
Let's see what the Preds are doing. They lost a couple in a row here. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but
it's almost like the Islanders. They just need a win for the sake of a win. Here's the thing: they are playing Dallas. Dallas, in their last 4 games, is 1-3, and they've given up a ton of goals.
Yeah.
I hear what he's saying, and I think the Predators should win. I'm just going to stay away from it.
Okay. All right. Taking a look at it, let's just see what else we have on a ticket here while we're scrolling down. Guys, just give me 1 second here while I do this, and we'll go from there. So let me switch this up a little something different.
I found a third team, by the way, for Puck. To pair with those other 2 to get a plus 127, okay? This is, if you pair the Kings, the Isles, and the Rangers,
yep,
they're all home team, fairly high favorites. You get plus 127. Depending on where you're taking it. So probably plus 120 to plus 140, depending on your book of choice. I really like that. I think all teams take care of business at home.
All right. That might be pretty good, man. And the next one we got is the Sharks are going into Arizona. So they played last night, and now they're going to switch switch venues here. Taking a look at it.
I was going to add the Sharks to that, but travel day against a really good goalie, a little scary.
Yeah, we've been hammering the under. It's actually 11-4 in the last 15 games with Arizona, the under. So, so we've been doing pretty well with that. We hit it again last night, so we may have to fall back from it at some point. But taking a look at it, San Jose Sharks are minus 225 on the road. We got Colorado at the LA Kings. Like you said, LA Kings are minus 280. The Kings are playing really dope, dude. So we might have to take a look at them. And the last one we got is the Calgary Flames at the Edmonton Oilers. And Calgary is minus 165 juice. There's definitely some hockey. I'm going to get into at least one of these games. I just don't know. I'm going to have to talk with all my people out there, Total Sports Edge. I got to talk with the First Lady. I got to talk with the Dream.
I'm going to ride with Total Sports Edge on that Blue Jackets play. I feel that. But like I said, I really like that Kings, Islanders, Rangers, moneyline parlay. Like I said, I can get it at plus 127. Look at your book, see where you can get it at. I'm going to roll.
Cool deal, man. Cool deal. Hope you cash, brother. Hope you cash.
Thanks, brother.
But, all right, man. So, listen. So, we're basically getting ready to close this thing out of here. Got a couple of people to shout out real quick. I got Snoopy Bets, LVCC. I got Winning Picks with the hashtag SBTVNation. I got G-Rose, Lex Cod, Joseph, Dito, Joe Zippy, The Odds Hustle with the hashtag. What is up, guys? All right, Dan. Why don't you recap what you got, and then I will recap what I got, and then we will go from there.
Okay. So, we'll start with the puck. I'm going to just throw down a unit on that Blue Jackets money line. Ryan told Sports Edge on that. And then I'm going to go with a 3-unit money line parlay, Rangers, Isles, Kings, all home team dogs. Get that at what you can get that at.
Home team favorites. Home team favorites.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry. Big
I've done that so many times, Dan. I know exactly what
on my mind.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're rolling with this college hoop. So we're rocking Wisconsin, Michigan State. The big play, which we'll throw 4 units on, will be a 4-point teaser. So we'll get them at 9 and 9.5 respectively. And then we're going to roll both against the spread, 5 and 5.5 respectively, whatever you can get it at your books. And then small, probably half-unit money line plays, and we'll parlay that as well. So all the dogs in college basketball today. And because of those big plays, I'm going to stay away from the hoop. I might lock in on Brooklyn later, but I'll tweet that out if I do.
All right. So, guys, as far as everything is concerned, all right, so as far as the college hoop, I'm just basically doing my hedge stuff to, either go with my futures or, take my money out of the futures, okay? So that's where I'm involved as far as the Finals Four is concerned. As far as the ice is concerned, I'm looking at both New York teams. I don't know if I'm going to play it yet, though. This is just stuff that I'm looking at, guys. I'll put it out later. You got the Isles Rangers, Boston Bruins, and the Kings, all heavy favorites. But we'll see where it lands with that. As far as the NBAs, I'm really, really feeling Portland. I think they're one of my big plays here. I don't know for sure, though. I love Charlotte to death. I'm looking at Brooklyn as either a +9 or an underdog money line. I am looking at, what else am I looking at here? There was one more. What was the other underdog? The Dallas Mavs.
Oh, yeah. You and your Mavs, kid.
Yeah, exactly. But, guys, I'll put it out later. It sounds like there's a plethora of plays for me today. So, I just got to make sure I don't get too involved in the NBA and forget about my hedging with the NCAA or, same thing with hockey and blah, blah, blah. So, we will go from there, guys. So, Dan, what you got? You got any words of wisdom for baseball, what to look out for before we close this thing out? Because we will not be on until next weekend.
Yeah, of course. And happy holidays to everybody again. And, my words of wisdom for baseball are just use your eyes, guys. Use your eyes. The early season is very interesting. The weather can be really crazy this time of year. It's still snowing in some places, unfortunately. The winds are blowing. It's wet, it's cold. Look out for that. Pitchers are going to be going shorter, so look at teams with really good bullpens. And, hey, do your thing. If you've got questions, feel free to hit me up.
What is your take, Dan, on watching like the first 5 or 6 games and then starting to play?
I know a lot of people that do that. They want to get a once-through of the rotation. I pick and choose my games over the first couple weeks after the first couple weeks, I take a lot more games. I pick and choose. I take a lot of, obviously, if you get pitching mismatches in the early weeks because, starters are getting rested or thrown in differently for ticket sale purposes. But, hey, do you. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable, you want to give it a once through, nothing wrong, dude. It's a long season, guys. Got 162 games. Nothing wrong with taking the first 5 or 6 off.
All right, good deal, man. Good deal. All right, guys, with that said, we are the biggest sports betting show in the world, period. We're having an absolute blast 7 days a week, although tomorrow we will not be here. It pains me to say that, but you know what? It's Easter morning. I got to do the thing with my kid and my wife. I got to go to church and, cleanse my soul and, the whole package here. So, guys, we love you to death. Go out there. There's a ton of games, so I don't even know if I can say go easy, but get that money. Let's go.
Peace.